It's an excellent finish, it really is. Kai Havertz has scored twice against his former club. Correa going inside, finding Odegaard. That's another excellent ball to White. And it nettles in the top corner. It's just getting better and better and better for Arsenal. It's Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0.
Got better for the Gunners last night in the English Premier League in the North London Derby against Chelsea. And well, from Mikel Arteta came out to say that he had to, sympathize with Mauricio Pochettino despite beating this Argentine man yesterday in the English Premier League clash. But a lot of people now backing Gunners to go all the way to claim that Premier League title. Cesc Fabregas, the former Arsenal midfielder, also once played for Chelsea, came out to say that it has been long that Arsenal laid their hands on the title. But can this work? Well, for Jude Bellingham, remember, this man came out after winning the title saying that, winning the Laurel title, saying that he wants to win more titles with Real Madrid and England. They look like a team that can win the UEFA Champions League, win La Liga on that particular track, and wants to win the Euros with the Three Lions of England. With that, we'll welcome you to Kick Off Sports Show this morning. My name is OLADAPO. Could it be like a young striker night? Remember, games are going down in the English Premier League tonight. Wolves will be hosting Bournemouth. Remember, Manchester United, after that disappointing outing, although they got to the FA Cup final, will be up against Sheffield United at the Old Trafford. It's going to be Merseyside Derby tonight at the Goodison Park, where Everton will be up against Liverpool. We'll talk more about this on the show. Remember, we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. Solutions 939 FM. Click like, share, subscribe, post your comments this morning. If you're an Arsenal fan, there's a dream alive. If you are a Chelsea fan, is it a time to just say this is not the best Chelsea fans, or you have seen so far? You've been supporting the Blues, and maybe just forget about this season and start dreaming of next season. This and more we'll be looking at on the show this morning, but let's go straight and talk NBA, tennis, other sports, then we'll talk football.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
All right, now let's start with tennis on the show this morning. Looking at updates coming from different centers. And we start with number one, Novak Djokovic, who's considering going without a coach after 20 years in professional tennis, and saying after receiving the top men's honors at the Laurels Awards. The 24-time Grand Slam winner ended 5-year partnership with Croatian coach Goran Ivanisevic last month following his third-round exit at Indian Wells. He had former doubles world number one Nenada Zimonji with him at the Monte Carlo Masters earlier this month, but the 36-year-old is pondering whether to navigate this late stage of his tennis career by himself. Duke Pereira Ayodeji, good morning to you. Up Chelsea. What's good? All right, now let's talk about Carlos Alcaraz. This morning he's been cautious with his expectations at the Madrid Open and will be happy to play 3 or 4 matches in his return from injury. Hope this man is not just rushing or over-rushing himself. Remember, Alcaraz on Tuesday confirmed that he has trained well in recent days but didn't want to fully confirm his participation at the ATP 1000 tournament in the Spanish capital, where he is a 2-time defending champion. Well, he's at home, right? Remember, the third-ranked Alcaraz is coming off a right-arm injury that kept him from playing in Monte Carlo and Barcelona. The Spaniard will try to win his first French Open title next month. Let's look at pairings and games going down today at the Madrid Open ATP 1000 category. Alexander Vukic will be up against Taro Daniel by 10 o'clock this morning. Same time, Nuno Borges is up against Jamie Munar. Mariano Navone will be up against Alexei Popirenas. Alexander Shevchenko against Arthur Reginiak. Daniel Atmai against Martin Langelius as Roman Saffield in batters Thiago Sabo Wild. More games to go down today. Gil Morphins will be in action by 1 p.m. against Luciano Dar Derry. Bonacoric against Benjamin Hassan, and Jack Draper will be in action against Thanasi Kukinakis. Pablo Lamaru against Luka Klein, and last game of the day we'll see Denis Shapovalov against Facundo Acosta. Let's talk about the latest this morning at the Madrid Open, where Paulo Patosa will take on Jessica Bozas Maniero. We have Yuan Yang against Yulian Putintseva. Amanda Anisimova will take on Emiliana Arango. And looking at some other games today, Caroline Wozniacki will be in action against Sara Irani. Olga Danilovic against Clara Burrell. And last game of the day by 6 o'clock, we see Mira Andreeva against Taylor Townsend. Well, a sad one in tennis where Brian Tobin, the former president of the International Tennis Federation, has died. The ITF said Tobin died on Monday at the age of 93. The former Tennis Australia president, Geoff Pollard, also confirmed Tobin's death in a message to the Australia Tennis Federation this morning. Now, moving on, let's go straight and talk NBA playoff. Well, remember, Zion Williamson looks like a man who can really be back. More than an hour after the New Orleans Pelicans practice ended at a Paycom Center on Tuesday afternoon, Zion Williamson was still in the weight room, lifting and working on his condition. Tuesday marked a week since Williamson strained his left hamstring in the Pelicans play-in tournament, lost to LA Lakers. With Williamson out, his team advanced to the playoffs and with a play-in with against the Sacramento Kings on Friday. In his first comment to the media since the injury, Williamson spoke about the timing after playing a career-high 70 games this season. Now, talking about the losses and the victories decided in the wee hours of today, Minnesota Timberwolves defeated Phoenix Suns 105-93 points as Milwaukee Bucks lost 108-125 points against Indiana Pacers. Well, the tough one in the wee hours of today was the battle between LA Clippers and Dallas Mavericks. For LA Clippers, they lost 93-96 points. And let's talk about Luka Doncic, who spoke about the Game 2 win over the Clippers in the wee hours of today. He loves winning. He loves playing.
With an exhausted Luka Doncic, it seems like that one took a lot out of you.
Yeah, I mean, always going to be better. We had to make noise in the second game. First game wasn't our best game. So we had to come out here and prove that we can play with them.
You take a lot of criticism for your defense. Today, it seemed like you were more engaged than ever. What was the mentality and the approach?
Yeah, I mean, in playoffs, it's different. They're trying to double with me, and I said no double. I take pride, in my defense, too. They're always going to say that, the haters. But it's fine, man. I'm out here enjoying playing basketball. That's fun, man. That's what I do. That's what I want to do my whole life, so I just enjoy doing that.
Just like saying, all I do is win, win, win. That is coming from Luka Doncic. But for Kawhi Leonard, who struggled going into that game, making sure that he's fit enough, but he was on the losing side. Well, he came out to say that now the focus is how to win the playoffs.
Yeah, I felt pretty good in the game. I was okay. I guess, I don't think think of it like that. I'm just taking it one game at a time, and we're trying to win the series. So, that's not my thought process right now. I'm just trying to make sure I could get into the game and play. That's what last week's been about, just trying to get back on the floor.
Keep our fingers crossed. We've had situations where teams bounce back from 2-0 in the playoffs. Well, maybe this is what Carl Leonard wants to do with his side. But now, looking at games going down tomorrow in the NBA playoffs, Boston Celtics will take on Miami Heat as Oklahoma City Thunders battles New Orleans Pelicans. I'll surely be giving you the update tomorrow morning. Now, moving on from basketball, we'll go straight talk football. Talking about the Nigeria Football Federation having their committee set up today. And talking about the English Premier League, we'll also be going straight to Italy as well. What went down last night and what will be going down tonight. Do not change the dial. It is Solutions 93.9 FM. It is Kiko Sports Show, the first half of AM Updates. My name is OLADAPO Okunobi.
Radio is all about information, education, and entertainment.
Maybe that's before now. Solutions 93.9 FM has raised the standard of radio broadcast to preferring solutions in all human angle. 939 FM, the remedy.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Welcome back. Check the time right now. It is 9:12 from your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9 FM here in the city of Ibadan. And well, for those of you just tuning in, you've missed the first half of the Kiko Sports Show where we talked NBA, tennis. But hey, you've not missed much. Let's talk football here. Going straight to the glass house. President of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Guzal, will today inaugurate 5 of the Federation's subcommittees. These Organizing Committee, Media Committee, Youth Football Committee, Player Status Committee, and Protocol with a Ceremonial Committee. The inauguration will take place at the NFF Secretariat Abuja by noon, and NFF's first Vice President, Chief Felix Anesi Agu, is chairman of the organizing committee, which also has NFF's second Vice President, Honorable Benga Elegbeleye, as Vice Chairman. Members Sir Emmanuel Ochanga, Mr. Kalisto Sebare, Honorable Godfrey Gaya, Mrs. Dilechiko Onyedima, and Abba Mukhtar Mohammed. Alhaji Ganiyu Majakutume is chairman of the Youth Football Committee, with His Excellency Silas Agara as Vice Chairman. Members are Victor Okechukwu Apago, Honorable Dele Ologo, Mr. Ako Thompson Odadimeji, Senator Moses Cleopas, and Honorable Bala Usman Chamo. The Player Status Committee is headed by Otumba Sunday Dele Ajayi, with Mr. Timothy Hema Magajes Vice Chairman, Mr. Patrick Pascal, MON, Mr. Chikelu Olionyonsi, Malam Audu Sabo, Mr. Austin Pombo, and Mr. Jude Ayandufu are members of that committee. Now, talking about the media committee being headed by Aisha Falode, with another member of the NFF Executive Committee, George Aluo, as Vice Chairman. Members are Godwin Enahena, Alaji Shuaibu Mugadi, Mr. Frank Elaboya, Lewanu Malikawa Idris, and Gabriel Aborova. Now, moving on the show this morning, and let us talk about what happened last night to a team in England, most especially in the part of London. But that'll be after this time out. Do not go anywhere. Shout out to Abiodun Ajiboso. I think I got the name right. Thank you for joining us live. Do not go anywhere. Be right back.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
Breathe. Feel the rhythm. Only the fittest will survive.
I'm a survivor.
It's time to get your groove on and sweat it, Ibadan. Sweat It Fitness in collaboration with the Department of Kinesiology, Sports Science and Health Education. Lead City Ibadan presents Sweat It Ibadan 7.0, tagged Fit It Survive. Energizing workout session, guaranteed to get your muscles working. Grab your gym gear on Wednesday, May 1, 2024 and head to Lead City University Stadium, Tollgate, Ibadan for the free Sweat It Ibadan workout session starting 7 a.m. For inquiries, call 0803-762-3718 or 0802-293-3497.
Partners, Lead City University, Oxygen Gym, sponsored by John Vance Food, supported by Best Western Hospital, Fun Milk, The Yoga Affair with Neil, and Genius Muse Visuals.
Sweat It Ibadan 7.0. I like it.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further. Milo!
Ibadan brings up for a life-changing encounter as the Fila Charismatic International presents Wato, Words and Tongues Only. Theme, Eya Asha Eya, I am that I am. Ministering with Holy Ghost and Power, Soji Adeleke, Oluwaloni Bisi, Pastor Silas Omoloyi, Dave Ugo, Obed Basi, and the host, John Olumayowa. Wato will be happening live on the 26th of April 2024 by 10 p.m. at Tafo Arena, Ijokodo, Ibadan. For more information, please call 0706-891-1859, 0706-891-1859. Word, worship, wonders under one roof with one God. Wato, an encounter with I am that I am.
Welcome back. Check the time right now, 9:18 from Solutions 93 to 9 FM. 9:18. Well, Duke Perayo Alvin is a Chelsea fan and he's sending me a message live. What you want to see his message? Jump on our Facebook fan page, Solutions 939 FM. He's saying, for what Havertz did yesterday, Arsenal should forget the league. Okay. But, you don't need to go that way. But if you want to go that way, there's no problem. Remember, Fabregas also scored against Arsenal when he joined Chelsea. Remember, in the cup final. Now, let's talk about what happened yesterday after the 5-0 bashing of Chelsea by the Gunners. For Mikel Arteta, he came out to all sympathize with Mauricio Pochettino, who has been doing a great job with the Blues, believing that this team is good and they can still be better.
All the sympathy in the world with everything that he's been through, everything that he's doing. He knows that, and I've been in the other side as well, and nothing. He's doing a great job. I think when you look at this team and analyze 6-7 games of them, they deserve to win every match. They play big games, big teams, and they deserve to beat all of them. So hopefully things will turn out and be as he deserves.
The worst moments for Chelsea team, Chelsea fans, even the Chelsea manager was last night. And after that defeat, Chelsea's a night on the Premier League log. Remember, in their last 5 matches, they struggled to win 2, they drew 2, and losing 1. They'll be facing Aston Villa at the Villa Park. But for Mauricio Pochettino, he was surprised to seeing a strong side against Manchester City in the FA semi-final at the Wembley Stadium. But the team was very, they were not consistent with their form with that poor outing against the Gunners.
It's difficult not to talk because I think we are talking after nearly 1 season in the same way, but it's impossible to see Saturday on Wembley a fantastic performance, competing really well again, very good team like Manchester City, one of the best teams, and then today it's not that you can lose games, and Arsenal is fighting for the Premier League, but in the way that today we compete, why one day, 3 days ago, and today in this way. And it's not excuse the starting 11, it's not excuse the names. I think for the circumstance, we need to make changes, for different reasons. But that is the inconsistency that we were showing, and we are showing during the whole season. 3 days ago, fantastic game, great performance, deserve to go to the final. But today, you can use any word to describe our performance. It wasn't great, wasn't good.
Poor performance, inconsistency from Chelsea side. That was coming from Mauricio Pochettino. Well, looking at the next couple of games for Chelsea, they will be facing Aston Villa, like I told you earlier, on 27th, which is the next 3 days, and take on Tottenham in a London derby clash at the Bridge on the 2nd of May. The 5th of May against West Ham United, take on Nottingham Forest to play Brighton and battle Bournemouth. They look like, they have easy games going into the next couple of games. But looking at Gunners, that is a 77 points from 34 matches. Well, they look like a team that is good enough. But remember, Manchester City, Liverpool behind them still have games to play. But look at the next couple of games for the Gunners. Arsenal will be playing Tottenham Hotspur in the next 4 days and host Bournemouth on 4th of May. Travel to the Old Trafford on 12th of May, then battle Everton on 19th of May. Well, for Cesc Fabregas, despite all the challenges ahead of the Gunners, is still tipping Arsenal to fight for the title.
They need 2 wins. They need to keep the momentum. They need to keep the pressure up. Last year they struggled a little bit in moments like this, so I think they have matured, they have learned, they have the experience of what happened last year, and a strong team will grow from it, and I think this year they are ready to show that. Yeah, well, in a way, we had a couple of years, yes, that we went very, very close. It's not an excuse, but we did have some very bad injuries. I remember the Flaminis, the Leps, the Rosikis, Van Persies, at the end of, when you lose 3 or 4 big players like this, important in a young team, you will always struggle. So hopefully this doesn't happen to Arsenal this year, and they can still compete for the title till the end.
Okay, Cesc Fabregas, former Gunners captain. He plays after leaving Arsenal, went to Barcelona, joined Chelsea, and went to France in the. Is it France now? Okay, yeah, I think in Italy, where he's in the 2nd division. But now looking, that's a Como, yeah, it's with Como. Now, Duke Pereira, did you hear the prayer of Cesc Fabregas? Saying that, okay. But they always say if wishes were horses, beggars would ride, right? Now, moving on from the Arsenal, Chelsea reactions and statements coming, let us talk about Erik ten Hag, a man who branded his team's performance against their opponent, Coventry City, in the FA Cup semi-final as disgrace. Now, he has come out to say that they have opportunities to return to Europe at the end of the season. They are in a position where they have to, they're playing the final of the FA Cup, yes, and they can also maneuver their way from the 7th place position to finish in the top 5 at the end of the season. Use the 2 opportunities.
Yes, but we have to win every game. We know that, and that's where United stands for, and that is our approach. Go for game to game, but yeah, we have to qualify for Europe, and we have now 2 opportunities. That is over the league and in the FA Cup final.
Well, for Manchester United playing Sheffield United today, let's look at the next couple of games. After the Sheffield game, they'll be playing Burnley, Crystal Palace, Gunners, Newcastle and Brighton. Well, looking at all the matches scheduled for today in the English Premier League, Wolverhampton Wanderers, after losing 2-0 against the Gunners, host Bournemouth. And Crystal Palace will host Newcastle United. Everton Liverpool is a Merseyside derby. Diogo Jota ruled out of that one due to injury, according to Jurgen Klopp while he was speaking yesterday in his pre-match conference Well, Bradley, Jota, Doak Matip, Thiago all ruled out. Dele Alli for Everton, Beto, Dobbin, Peterson all ruled out due to muscle, head, ankle and thigh injuries. However, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Coleman, these two players are questionable for tonight's game at Everton's Goodison Park. Manchester United, Sheffield United, that's the last game for tonight. Now let's go straight and talk about the French League On. Games are scheduled for tonight. Lorient will be up against PSG. Nice will be up against Marseille as Monaco battles Lille. Now moving away from the French League On. Let's go straight to the Italian Serie A. As well, we have a team that has been in the news for the past few seasons due to point deduction, and this team has found itself in the final of the cup competition. Let's go by striker Arkadiusz Milik, assisted by United States attacker Timo Werner, sent Juventus into the final of Coppa Italia with a 3-2 aggregate win over Lazio despite a 2-1 defeat in the second leg of the semi-final on Tuesday.
Luis Alberto crosses in, it's a decent leap, and they get their goal. Tati Castellanos, he's only scored 2 goals in 2024, but inside the first quarter of an hour, he cuts the deficit. Lazio 1, Juventus 0. Alexandro into Rabiot. Better interchange here. Rabiot. Chiesa. And there is the chance. Vlahovic denied by Mandas. That so nearly results in the equalizing goal. Castellanos! An incredible night for the Argentinian. Twice on the score sheet. Lazio are level in the tie. As Yildiz and Kostic combine. Cross in. Chiesa almost gets there. Where? And there is Arkadiusz Milik. A brilliant substitution from Max Allegri. And Juventus get the goal that could well send them to the final. Celebrations for Juventus. Arkadiusz Milik comes off the bench and scores with his first touch to send the Bianconeri through to their 22nd Coppa Italia final. Heartbreak for Lazio.
Okay, and the semi-final tonight in the Coppa Italia. The team that will be facing Juventus will either be Atalanta or Fiorentina. Well, the semi-final clash between these two sides, Atalanta and Fiorentina, is going down by 8 o'clock. The reason you have Laffy in the studio very early this morning is because of the 5-0. Laffy, come and sit down here. Come and sit down here. So you people won 5-0 yesterday against your bitter rivals, Chelsea. I don't know what some of your opponents will be saying this morning. Some of your I hope Fatayo Deji is listening.
I'm the Fatayo Deji, and a lot of them like that. Kunle, Junaid, and the rest of them like that. But I'll just say, I'll say it in Yoruba language. Oshok Mwabakon. Because you know, I remember speaking with Tayo, our very own Tayo here yesterday morning, and he was making mouth that okay, they will. But I knew we were going to win, but I didn't know we were going to humiliate our friendly neighbors like that. I mean, but it's a game of soccer. Actually, you either win or lose, and I think God gave us the day yesterday.
God gave you the day.
But did you watch the match?
Yeah, I saw the game.
Did you see the last goal?
Was one side? I just saw a one-sided game yesterday. And I mean,
no. What do you mean by one-sided game?
I mean, for the Gunners, just you look at the start, you look at the goals, you look at the opportunities created.
Apologies to all Chelsea fans here, but I think the players on the field, Chelsea players on the field yesterday, just came there to either sell puff or probably they came to because it was as if Arsenal was playing with a secondary school team in an inter-house sports competition yesterday.
I hope you are streaming. we can't. You see
that was the.
You see how Tottenham to play. You have Manchester United to play. I won't say anything else.
Tottenham is not a threat to us.
Are you serious? Right
yes,
now?
It's not a threat to us.
Okay.
But time will tell. Actually, what is Favour saying here?
No, you should know. Favor is a lady.
I don't even know why I'm even.
She always go against Gunners.
I don't even know why I'm talking with them. I mean,
clubless.
Clubless individuals. Yeah.
Or chameleonic.
If you want me to talk, I want the likes of my brother here, Laddie Martin.
No, he will come close to the studio. No, Laddie Martin he will come close to the studio because.
But I won't be talking with people. I mean,
are you pointing at me?
No,
me, I have club. I have club. I have club. My club is Sporting Lagos.
You know I'm behind you and I have access to you, right?
I know that.
But we know that you guys are going to go to that league. Let's just
okay, but let's celebrate at least. Just celebrate at the moment. You know, celebrate in advance. This is bad boy team's move.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Oh my father, shock.
Oh, shock, one back on. All right, guys. Moving to the other side this morning, and we'll be looking at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. And EFCC chairman is saying that
I am telling you,
he would rather resign.
The guy was spitting fire yesterday. And
spitting fire.
The person who shocked the most is Yaya Bello as we speak. Yes, it's actually shocked. So that is it.
All right, guys, do not go anywhere. This morning we look at more. But I hope that one day a player in the Arsenal squad will win Ballon d'Or. Good morning.
Adios. Yeah. 1 money, 2 money, 3. It don't make you the mess. Make you the mess. Come they move like a disco. One nick in my lolata. Happy boss, happy actor. So they fucking me Ballon d'Or. Oh yeah, come take a picture. Right, you're young buyer. Oh yeah, follow my instruction. Smoke. Doctor say make a pop on this. Make me fly like say I'm Aladdin. Come bring some kind melodies. I'm a messy self, no do pass like this. So many things inside of my jeans. I swear down, it be things. Like LMS. Come they move like a disco. One nick in my lolata. Happy boss, happy actor. So they fucking me Ballon d'Or. Oh yeah, come take a picture. Right, you're young buyer. Oh yeah, follow my instruction.
Oh Lord of mercy, I dey be one way they calling me Messi. I dey for shit that she go fly, come check me. I never see person with be money impress me. All of the things she dey do, she dey test me. I dey wicked away for back, I dey pressing. The one I carry come down, they suspect me. She call me small, but they biggie engine. On my number, she calling up. Anytime when she want, give me love, you know. I like a flat tire, me go bump it up. And every other day now she dey turn me on. Say me I see they make a condiment. As soon as you reach out to the conclusion. While I forget, see a guy dey for this. See your mom, motivate LMS. You
LMS. Come they move like a disco. One nick in my lolata. Happy boss, happy actor. So they fucking me Ballon d'Or. Oh yeah, come take a picture. Right, you're fire.
93.9 FM.
Let's be dynamic with your morning update and make it better with Kickoff Sports Show, where we will be serving you all the latest from tennis, basketball, Formula One, football, exclusive interviews, and lots more.
Hamilton going for the move on Alonso at the 130. These two great side by side.
Martinelli! Oh yes! Gabriel Martinelli is back with a bang!
Headlines from Nigerian newspapers, behind the papers from the stand, analysis on burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism, but corruption. The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to? You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
My name is Adedamola Lafenwa.
And my name is Favor Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
Okay, it's 9:36 on Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is Adi Damola Lafenwa. It's about time for us to take you through some of the trending stories in some of today's national dailies. And this morning, I've got quite a number of interesting stories on the front pages of the two newspapers I have with me. I've got the Vanguard and the Nigerian Tribune newspapers with me this morning.
All right, on to the Nation and the Punch newspaper. I say good morning to everybody. Welcome to AM Update. Right in this corner, after Kick of Sports Show, it's to take you through the headlines of the Nigerian newspapers. And of course, you can, be a part of the program as well. And then we'll have an analyst in the studio, probably virtually or live. But hey, today is going to be virtual. I have the Nation with me, and I'll be starting with the headlines this morning. EFCC arrests Sirika Slums Emefiele with fresh charges. Anti-graft agency boss speaks on Yaya Bello, better I do others. Governor tightens import duty exemptions. Now, federal government appoints new consulate general for U.S., Germany, China, UAE, others. See page 2 of the Nation newspaper. CBN sells dollar to BDCs at 1,021 naira in fresh injection. Ekiti excited over NERC's nod to generate power. Government takes charge. GMO 6 cancellation as Ododo submits Ondo APC report. Igodalo urges issue-based campaign ahead of Edo 2024. All right, finally on the Nation newspaper this morning, we have my view on state police personnel, says IG Egbetokun. Now, that's all you can get on the Nation newspaper this morning.
Okay, looking at the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this Wednesday morning, I have this one talking about Yahya Bello. And it says, we will ensure Yahya Bello faces trial no matter what it takes. EFCC chair, that is Mr. Olanipekun Olukoyede, speaking there yesterday. And moving away from that, CBN slashes BDC exchange rate to 1,036 naira 3 kobo per dollar. Okay, that story is found on page 20. Moving away from that, the biggest story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this Wednesday morning says Dangote refinery cuts diesel jet A1 prices to 940 naira, 980 naira respectively. And there are 3 riders under that caption. The first one says a price cut to impact the nation's economy. Man will reduce pressure on foreign exchange, CPPE. It's relief to transport operators, Albon. That story is found on page 19. I would like to call that a very good news, especially for the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. I mean, when you have a slash in the price of diesel. Moving away from that, British International School shot over bullying of students. Kidnappers, terrorists don't deserve mercy. That story is found on page 13. And talking about the state police issue, Eidero, it is time for state police in Nigeria. These are many more stories been found on the pages of the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
All right, EFCC is the major headline on the Punch newspaper this morning. It goes, EFCC may prosecute 300 Forex racketeers. And with the riders here, we have EFCC gets order to freeze 300 accounts. Says no one account transacted $15 billion illegally. Naira would have crashed massively if 300 accounts were not frozen. Chairman. Now, I saw this video yesterday where the parent of a child that was bullied in Abuja slapped a bully. But on the Punch newspaper this morning, we have bullying, Abuja school shot. Victim may sue. Yoruba Nation, Afenifere slams Akintoye Igboho. Air Nigeria, Sirika goes on trial for 8 billion naira fraud.
Remember Adi Sirika, then the
Yes.
former aviation minister,
Yes.
and the Nigeria Air movie.
All right. Well, Dangote drops diesel to 940 naira. Stations sell 1,400 naira. CBN releases more dollars as naira weakens to 1,300 naira per dollar. $500 million funds. Lokobiri, ex-local content boss, clash. Lauter students seek justice after cop allegedly kills copper. 50,000 schools listed for FG's Safe School scheme. You get this and many more on the Punch newspaper.
Now moving to the Nigerian Tribune this morning, CBN sells fresh dollars to BDCs at 1,021 naira per dollar. That story is found on page 7. Again, Dangote crashes diesel aviation fuel prices to 940 naira, 980 naira. That story is found on page 2. NSIB begins probe into Dana Air incident. You know, there was a Dana aircraft that crash landed. Okay, so talking about that.
In Lagos.
Yeah. Moving to the biggest story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. EFCC exposes Bello, grills Sirika, freezes 300 accounts. And there are riders under that caption. The first one says, ex-Kogi governor took $720,000 from state account to pay child school fees. Begins probe of contract awards in presidency, National Assembly, judiciary, others. Explains how banks lost 8 billion naira to electronic transfer in 2022. Nigeria losing $500 million annually to cybercrime. Stop harassing me. Respect rule of law. Yaya Bello tells EFCC.
Where is he speaking from?
Okay.
If he can speak,
The lion is speaking. The white lion is speaking
Okay.
from his hiding. I
Okay.
mean, he said,
It's
"Stop,
roaring.
stop harassing me. Respect rule of law." Yahya Bello. When we were in secondary school and primary school, we're told that lions are usually lion is a very brave animal that stands up to any form
Whatever
of
challenge.
But white lion, okay, that story is found on pages 4 and 5
You know, white lions
of the
are
Nigerian
always
Tribune.
peaceful. Did you see this Lion King,
Mm.
Mufasa, his brother Scar? He was the dark lion. He was always up against challenges.
Well,
And he was one
being
probably-
quiet, being peaceful
maybe
doesn't make you a
probably
coward.
No, well, we can't. Let me categorize. You know, Yaya Bello, put him under Mufasa. Probably he could become Scar very soon in that light.
Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed. Fubara reshuffles Rivers cabinet, page 4. Movement to be restricted for Oyo LG poll, page 28. Emeka Eedioha dumps PDP. That story is found on page 8. And the last one I'll be taking from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune says, amid protest petitions, Ododo submits report of Ondo APC primary. NWC will ratify Ayedatiwa as candidate, Ganduje assures. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Nigerian Tribune this Wednesday morning.
Now to the moment we've all been waiting for, the burning and trending issue for today.
All right, still talking about the EFCC, and EFCC has been involved in many activities in recent times, like you heard in some of the dailies this morning. EFCC is grilling Adi Sirika, the former aviation minister, on the Nigeria Air saga, and most importantly, talking about Yahya Bello, the executive chairman of the EFCC, had a press conference yesterday where he spoke about many attempts he made to personally invite former governor of Kogi State, that is Yahya Bello, but Yahya Bello turned all his invitations down. Let's hear from the chairman, executive chairman of the EFCC, that is Mr. Olanipekun Olukoyede.
Child school fee in advance. In advance. Dollars. How much? 70 what?
Over total is over almost $800,000.
In dollars, yes. In dollars. $72,000. $720,000, sorry. $720,000 in advance. In advance that he was going to leave government house. In a poor state like Kogi. And you want me to close my eyes to that? Under the guise of saying I'm being used by who? At this stage of my life, just by who? By who? For crying out loud. I assumed office there. I didn't initiate the case. I inherited the case file. I called for the case file. I called for the report. And I said, look, there are issues here. Do you know on my own, I put a call across to him, which ordinarily I'm not supposed to do. Just to honor him as a governor, as a immediate past governor. Sir, there are issues. I've seen this case file. Can you just come? Let us clarify these issues. I'm under camera. He said, sir, I tell you my brother, I know, but I can't come. There's one lady, I don't know what her name is, that she learned she had said, she has surrounded the office with over 100 journalists, to come and embarrass him and intimidate him and all kind of stuff. I said, okay, if that is your fear, I'm going to pass you through my own gate, special man's gate. You will come to my floor. We will accord you that respect. I will invite my operatives. They will come and interrogate you or interview in my own office. What could be more honorable than that? In my own office. To allay the fear. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You know what he said? But can't they come to my village? Can't they come to my village to come and say, I told you, he also got to talk, he sent a message to him. My director of the investigation sent a message to me. Some people say we are handling him, we are harassed. Let's be fair on this. Look, we need the FCC. We need this institution to survive. We need this institution to survive. So many victims that we have wiped tears from their eyes. People that they have swindled and all of that. In their millions. How much are we going to say? Every day we keep recovering money for victims. Every day. In my 6 months, we have recovered close to 120 billion. Over 1,600 convictions. Somebody will now, those we are convicted, are they not human beings? Does he have 2 heads? Even if I'm going to lose the case at the end of the day, submit yourself to the rule of law. Let me be sure that, look, I don't get convictions. My job is to investigate and prosecute. Conviction is the responsibility of the court. So nobody will come and blame me, I didn't get conviction. Mine is to do my work diligently and leave it to the judiciary. Yeah. For civil society to follow up too. Yeah. It's not within my power to convict anybody or to go and lock anybody up. It's not. My law does not allow me to go and take it. For what? So at that point I said, look, this is, and I kept quiet. Nobody sought to him anymore. After he had refused the invitation, we continue with our work. After all, we don't even need him to come and make statement before we can even find a charge. If we are sure of our, the credibility of our work. So we have done all the necessary documentary evidence. We have prepared our processes. We find the charge. So come and answer to your charge. You refuse to come and make statements here, but that does not stop me from filing my charge. And will you also refuse to come and answer that charge? We are talking of over 80 billion naira, gentlemen, that belong to the people of Kogi, allegedly stolen. Allegedly stolen. So come and tell us, you didn't steal this money. Billion. Is it today? Yes, I've lost some cases. Yes. I'm not sure, I won't condemn myself for that. Yes, I've lost some cases. Some of them are working this week, are with free men now today. And yet, it has also won some cases. Yeah. I didn't promise Nigeria that we'll be winning all the cases I take to court. It's practically impossible. Even in the American system, where we have very tight, and responsible, they don't do that.
Okay, that was the voice of the executive chairman of the EFCC, Mr. Olanipekun Olukoyede, addressing the press yesterday on the many attempts he made to invite ex-governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. We have comrade Ayodeji Ajishokpe already joining us virtually, and we are about to trash some of these issues from the newspapers this morning. A beautiful morning to you, comrade Ayodeji Ajishokpe.
Yes, a beautiful morning to you, my dear comrade brother and sister.
Okay, I'm sure you listened to the EFCC chairman there addressing the press on Yahaya Bello.
Yes, I did.
Now, today is Wednesday. Exactly a week ago, Yahaya Bello's residence was stormed by the operatives of the EFCC to arrest him, where he some way, somehow evaded the arrest. Till now, Yahaya Bello's whereabouts is still unknown. Why is Yahaya Bello afraid to come out? That's the big question on the minds of many Nigerians today.
Exactly. This issue is nothing, it is not new. The EFCC has been on it for quite a while. You understand? The $720,000 that the EFCC chairman is talking about. And actually, the EFCC wrote the school, you know? The EFCC wrote the school, and I think EFCC, of course, no school will toy with EFCC, you understand? So I think the institution promptly refunded the money because they showed evidence. You see, the problem with financial crime is that you leave electronic footprints everywhere. And he was doing it, funneling the funds, most of it, through his brother. And his brother, through whom he funneled the funds, went to court. You understand? Went to court. That was how the whole thing started. So the thing has been on. In fact, I've been in court over some of these issues. And what I find very strange is that, and it is not new, it happened in Plateau State. You know, Dari was convicted for stealing, because he was convicted, so we can call it stealing, for stealing ecological funds. You understand? I mean, they were lifting money directly from the treasury, just like Yahaya Bello did in what you call it, in the state. Directly, they were just lifting it. You know, they were not even awarding contracts and taking 10% and taking 50% or 75%. They were just taking money straight. And you know, it is so ridiculous, and even their stealing is not innovative. You understand? I mean, because you can even be innovative and award contracts and not execute if you are crazy enough, or, you know, take 10% or even 50%. But this is stealing money directly, stealing from the field directly. I mean, that shows a level of crudity and depravity. And you heard the governor, the EFCC say, a state as poor as Kogi. And you see, Kogi has attracted attention for several reasons. Number one, the way the man became governor, he scored only 6,000 votes. The man that died because he came in through supplementary and they did not rerun the whole election. So he scored only 6,000 votes, and he was a youth. The first thing that attracted me to Kogi and the man was barely 2 years in office. The man built a personal residence, a castle, you can call it a castle, and went there and did one laborious housewarming, and I kept warming. A man occupying public office. You are where were you 3 years ago to build such a house, and you build it in your village where it is of no economic value and productivity? You understand? If you build it in Abuja, you build it in Lagos, it will be of economic value. You understand?
Yes.
It will make some sense. So all of these things, and then the issue of no COVID here and all of that. And you see, why? I mean, they wanted to honor you. Come, let's talk about it. You say they should come to your village. You say one senator. You remember that female senator, Senator Udoha?
Yes.
I mean, how can you say she has assembled? Look, the man will be caught. It's as straightforward as that. And by that time, EFCC might, become impatient. But the important thing is that let them diligently, you understand? Diligently. It is economic and financial crimes. And we are talking about crimes against the state. When you say economic and financial crimes, it is not Yahoo. It is not those who... EFCC does all sorts of silly things now. When we talk about economic and financial crimes, we are talking about crimes against the Nigerian state. Look at what the central bank is facing now. There are saboteurs within and without Nigeria who wants to ruin our economy for their own personal benefit. That is what and I'm glad the man said it, they are going after them. Look at what that is currently happening to the Naira. Manipulation. It is not the reality. Manipulation. And I guess that the central bank is deliberately watching so that the whole world will see. So that when they pursue those people, nobody will. So all of this is what EFCC should face. EFCC should leave Yahoo and all of that to the police to deal with. Economic and financial crimes. Those who want to ruin Nigeria and Nigerians by extension is what EFCC should face. And I cannot remember the last time I saw FBI boss holding press conferences. You see, do diligent investigation. You don't do 100 counts charge, 35 counts charge. No. 1, 2, 3, 5. That is all. Do your investigation diligently. We have heard about the recovered loot, and then the recovered loot is now looted. All of that. You understand? You understand? That is not nice. So EFCC should face mainly when they started Ribadu pursuing, because of Nigeria's image that was affected by Yahoo and all of that. But EFCC should be above that now. Confront those who want to destroy Nigeria economically and Nigerians by extension.
Well, there has been a confrontation. We heard the EFCC boss speak, but Yaya Bello has also spoken. On the Nigerian Tribune this morning, it says, "Stop harassing me. Respect rule of the law," Yaya Bello tells EFCC. If Yaya Bello could have spoken, and EFCC has not even gotten him, where is he speaking from? I mean, he could have been arrested, or he could have been taken into custody.
And he's saying that he's been harassed, and he's telling the EFCC to respect the rule of law.
Where is he? If he can speak, and they can't just nab him.
What rule of law is Yaya Bello talking about here?
And even beyond that, the Kogi State House of Assembly, held a session yesterday or so and said they should remove wanted from as a prefix from Yaya Bello's name. I can assure you that there's no hiding place for Yaya Bello. Unlike many other people labeled criminals, let me tell you, look, our security agencies, it's not as if they don't know where all these people are. You think the FCC don't know where Yaya Bello is? They are just bidding their time. They don't want more drama, you understand? The drama that took place in that place, so that people will not leave the substance and start chasing shadows. You understand? And they will have to step down the matter. No. I mean, look, if they are looking for you and they know where you are, of course, the Bello will know that they know. Of course, and then he will surround himself, and then put up some resistance. And then if one innocent person gets shot, that will spoil the. So that is why apparently the FCC is bidding. It is Yaya Bello that will tire out.
Okay, comrade, you strongly believe that EFCC knows where Yaya Bello is at the moment.
Look, you do. To think that they don't, it cannot be true. It cannot be true. Let me tell you, the most likely place Yaya Bello is inside government house in Kogi. And if he's inside government house, what the EFCC or other security operatives will they storm the government house? No, they will not. They will not.
But before we leave this Yaya Bello issue, if truly Yaya Bello feels he's innocent, this hide and seek game that is this rat and mouse game is playing, is it not denting his image? I mean, if you feel you're clean, come out and, like the EFCC boss said, come out and say, okay, I didn't steal any money. I mean, is this not complicating his already dented image?
Do you think that these people think about dented image? Then what image is dented? As long as you have money. Money is there are two things. Power, money. When you no longer have power, you have money. You have substantial sums. Somebody was telling me that look, when people are pilfering and stealing public patrimony now, if they need 10 billion, they will steal 15, so that 5 will be dedicated to fighting to protect the 10 that they actually want. Look, and sadly, the bar, I will not disparage the bench. The bar is not doing enough, and the prosecuting agencies too. Look, we have seen judges berate and come down heavily on the prosecuting agencies, whether EFCC, whether police. Diligent, they discharge and acquit people and say for lack of diligent prosecution. Everything hinges on prosecution because you have to prove your case. Even if the judge knows inside him, everything is evidential. You must provide evidence. Why is Ayabelo running around? He's just wasting his energy. He will tire out, and at the end of the day, he will have his day in court. You are going to have your day in court. The court will listen to evidence. The court will listen to both sides. And it has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt before conviction. And it's not going to happen in one day. Get yourself a team of solid lawyers. It's as straightforward as that. Get yourself lawyers. You've got resources to pay for it. We're talking about 80 billion that they're accusing him of here. You understand? 80 billion plus or thereabouts. And I ask myself, if one man could take 80 billion, that is the one that, and you can imagine what happened to security votes. You understand? And you can imagine what happened to what they call PMS. The daily collection of PMS. You understand?
Yes.
So somebody was doing an audit of it for me a few days back. He said, bring out your calculator. So per day, multiplied by so days of the month, multiplied by 12 months, multiplied by 4 years.
And he spent 8 years. He actually spent 8 years.
Yeah, so I was astounded. And that is supposed to be legit in court. So he took 80, they can say he took 80 that is not legit. What about the more that he took? That it's just madness. It's just madness.
Okay, we are still talking EFCC. On the Nation newspaper, it's written boldly, like EFCC is like the major headline this morning. EFCC arrests Sirika, slams Emefiele with fresh charges. But let's go to Adisirika here. According to Olukoyede, especially on the other charges, we've left Yahaya Bello. Let's go to Adisirika. He said, and I quote, "We're investigating the Ministry of Aviation, not only Adisirika. Many of these heads of agencies who have worked in that ministry, particularly in the last few years, are being investigated." Let's look at this. The Aviation Ministry of Nigeria is in the mud as we speak.
Yes, there is something unique about the aviation ministry. Virtually everything that the aviation industry deals in is dollar denominated. You understand? Everything virtually, they collect their landing fees. They do everything, equipment, payment for whatever. Everything is virtually dollar denominated. So, and we're talking about huge sums here. Of course, we Nigerians won't forget easily, and that image is coming to me as I speak, of how we had the maiden flight of Air Nigeria in the twilight of the Buhari administration.
Yeah.
And it turned out that
You didn't even talk about the launching of the logo alone itself.
The launching of the logo.
The huge ceremony.
You know, huge ceremony. I think they did that in London. And then the maiden a flight in court. You know, you see, there is a culture. When you are leaving office, when you're about to leave office, it is clear your tenure is about to end. 1, 2, 3 months before that, you stop awarding contracts. You stop initiating new programs. It is customary, indecent, organized. And I'm not talking about Europe or the United States. That was the culture here. I saw it in government. You stop initiating so that you will not commit the incoming, administration, unnecessarily. Let them come and take their decisions. But Hadisirika, maybe 72 hours to the end of Buhari's administration, it brought in maiden flight. And did you see the report? He was awarding contracts to his junior brother, who was a deputy director in Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Established fact, not speculation. And when you commit financial crimes, you leave electronic footprints around. But they think there is nothing they cannot get away with. That's why they do it too. They think there's nothing that they cannot get away with. That is only a matter of, filing frivolous cases in court, filing, seeking injunctions, ex parte orders, and then, as a matter over a period of time, things will fizzle out. That is the calculation. The calculation is that we can always beat the system. You understand?
Yes.
And that means our systems and processes are not functional enough. If people, minister, my own brother, I award contracts to him. And that brother of mine himself is a serving civil servant, deputy director. And you are dumping money in billions in his account. And it is foolhardiness. It is foolhardiness. But what happens to them? I don't see anything happening to them because people have gotten away with it. And look at trials. You remember Ojikalu, 12 years. And after 12 years, when the man was convicted, the Supreme Court said one of the judges was not there physically when the judgment was being read, and he appended his signature. Technical ground. Justice, judgment, which one do we want? So, what I want to believe, hoping that what we do, democracy, is not an event. It is a journey. Those countries that we reference, the United States have been independent for well over 100 years. The French, they have been at it way longer than the Americans and the British. So, we are evolving. Look at Oyo State. Elections are coming up on Saturday. Does it look like elections are coming up? The most critical of all elections, because it is the local government that has a direct bearing on the road in front of your house, not the state government. You understand? But it's not looking like there are going to be elections.
On this election, there was an argument, from a group of people yesterday. It's like there's no election, there is election, and will there be movement, a restriction of movement, a lot of things pertaining this particular election coming up on
the awareness doesn't seem
the
to
awareness
be
is
really
not
there
like it did for the presidency and the governorship election last year.
Yes, because even the people, we the people, are not socialized enough to look. Let me tell you, if there is a demand, and I mean a demand that is orchestrated by the people, mobilized, our youth, for instance, and the Middle East, look, if there's a demand, that is why what happened in Rivers, that you must organize elections. You understand? That is why ordinarily it looks good. But what is the motive? Motive is very, very key. The motive is to disarm the governor. The motive is not about getting democracy to the grassroots. So motive here, but sometimes the motive may be wrong, and it leads to something positive. So we are not socialized enough. We are not. Look, I keep repeating this, that I was having a conversation with Elder Statesman Dr. Yemi Farumi, and we were talking about accountability and good governance. And the man said, "Are you sure Nigerians desire good governance?" I was shocked. He said, "Look, good governance, the first thing is that transparency must be demanded." He said, "We don't need good governance. What we need is transparency. And transparency will give us accountability. And accountability will naturally lead to good governance. We must demand transparency. But who is going to demand transparency? Is it somebody that is hoping to benefit from sleeve? You understand? I have a cousin who is a commissioner. I have a cousin who is a director of Federal Inland Revenue Services. Maybe he will give me one revenue collection center. He will give me as as patronage, and then I make my own money there. So when you have people who are looking forward to benefiting from disorderliness and misgovernance, who will come up to say whatever, and people don't even know. An educated man was telling me this is Wednesday or Monday. He said, I don't know the name of my chairman. I said, why? He said, he's useless to me. I am quoting him. Your chairman, local government, he said he's useless to you. The nearest level, critical level of governance. So we need, but we're not going to give up. We are not going to give up. Never. We keep that fire burning until we get there.
Comrade Ayo, in 2 minutes, let's talk about Dangote Refinery. Some Nigerians are saying Dangote Refinery is doing wonders recently. I mean, it's in the news that, again, Dangote Refinery has cut down the price of diesel. Should Nigerians be optimistic on this Dangote Refinery? Is it going to be a permanent thing?
Oh, yes, it's going to be a permanent thing. Okay. I mean, 650,000 barrels installed capacity. There is a capacity to generate 12,000 megawatts of power from Dangote Refinery. And, of course, it's a petrochemical complex. So it will be producing so many other things. When you add the capacity to Port Harcourt, there are two refineries in Port Harcourt, the old and the new. I was speaking to one gentleman that just retired from there a few months ago. He used to work in one of the refineries in Kaduna. I mean, Port Harcourt 1 and 2, and they have a combined installed capacity of 220,000 barrels. When that starts fully operational, the 60,000 barrels is operational now. When you put all of these things together, believe you me, it is not the best of situations buying diesel to power our economy. But it is not a bad starting point from where Nigeria was going to tumble over. You know that. We know that. But if the drift is arrested on that side, and then the central bank can keep the manipulators in check, and the fiscal policies, it takes a while to get results. But I see that the managers of who are in charge on behalf of the president, they seem to be consistent, dogged, unyielding. So if that continues, and Dangote continues in his patriotic zeal, don't forget NMTC has 20% stake there. Yeah. And they are supplying him crude in Naira and not in US dollars that is sells on the spot market. So a combination of all of this together, believe you me, by October, we must see, maybe not significant, but a clearly definable new trend positively.
All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokbe, for being a part of the program this morning.
Sincerely appreciate you.
My pleasure always. And thank God and thank you for the good work you do at the Reverend Dial.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
God bless our union.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, we'll be back in a short while. Just stay tuned to Solutions 93.9 FM.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Okay, still AM update on Solutions 93.9 FM. I have, let me take two comments. I can only take two comments because of our time this morning. And the two comments are talking about the Yahya Bello issue. The first one is coming from Emma. It says, regardless of what is being said about former Governor Bello, that he has gone into hiding as part his case in the court of public opinion. He is a youth who was so privileged to have served the allegations against him and is not presenting himself in defense, mocks his service and the youthful constituency that he represented. Nigerians should learn and be wise. Okay, the last one I'll be taking coming from Muraina Akim. It says, Yahya Bello is untouchable and above the law. I guess, who is protecting Bello? Or is he better than Adi Sirika? Okay, these are questions begging for answer. I think that's the much. Do you have comments there?
No, there are no more comments.
Okay, that's the much we can take this morning on AM Update on Solutions 93.9 FM. Thank you very much for being a part of the program today. We'll be back tomorrow for a fresh edition of the program. My name is Adi Damola Lafenwa, wishing you a winning Wednesday.
Till tomorrow, when we'll be together again. Please stay good, stay great, and yes, time is money. Be very, 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 very careful how you spend your time today. My name is Favor Odlorotola. Have a profitable day.
And coming up next is Secretariat Arailu with your friend Tunde Adedokun. Good morning.